How are you doing, everybody? Welcome to our today's news from JMN. Global health expert praises Ethiopia's outbreak readiness and WASH expansion. Ethiopia's progress in strengthening outbreak preparedness, expanding water, sanitation, and hygiene, WASH infrastructure, and coordinating national health efforts has positioned the country to help drive innovative diseases control strategies across Africa and Asia, a global health expert said. Dr. Catherine Makwe, a technical expert with the Global Task Force on Cholera Control Country Support Platform, highlighted the Ethiopian government's significant strides in enhancing its outbreak response capacity, particularly through the Ethiopian Public Health Institute (EPHI). She also commended the growing capacity of subnational health bureaus to lead outbreak responses and monitor disease trends in their respective areas. According to Dr. Makwe, one of the Ethiopian's key priorities should be the development of health and water infrastructure through a corridor-based approach. She said such an approach will strengthen the WASH sector, which remains central to long-term public health protection. This is not just a health problem, it is a problem of sustainable WASH, she said, stressing that the corridor initiative should reinforce government efforts not only to control current diseases outbreaks but also to prepare for future epidemics and pandemics. Dr. Makwe described Ethiopia as pioneer in a national outbreak preparedness, noting that the country was among the first to develop a national outbreak plan. She said the plan had created momentum for a broader discussion on current priorities and future intervention. Ethiopia can take the leap forward in innovative approaches to disease control by thinking differently, she said. She added that changing environmental conditions were reshaping the nature of diseases outbreaks, making climatic change an increasing important factor in public health preparedness. She said the government focus on climatic resilience should be integrated into national health planning. The expert further encouraged Ethiopia to share its experience with other countries through South-South cooperation and cross-regional capacity building. She said lessons from Ethiopia could benefit countries across Africa, Asia, and other regions where the country support platform operates. She explained that the platform's central mandate is to help countries strengthen coordinated national responses to disease outbreaks. Multi-sectoral cooperation, she said, is the foundation of effective disease prevention. She also called for government agencies, donors, and development partners to work in collaboration. She said the platform brings together EPHI, the Federal Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Water and Energy, and other stakeholders to coordinate action, mobilize resources, and prevent duplication. U.S. court clears way for deportations of South Sudan minor nationals. August 8, 2026, judges in Boston, Massachusetts, and Chicago, Illinois on Friday rejected last-ditch efforts by immigrant rights advocates to maintain the temporary protected status (TPS) designations for the two countries after the U.S. Supreme Court in June allowed the administration to end similar protection for thousands of people from Haiti and Syria. The Supreme Court decision had limited lower courts' ability to block the Department of Homeland Security's DHS effort to end TPS for people from roughly a dozen countries, arguing the executive branch maintained broad authority to make decisions on the program. After the Supreme Court's ruling, immigrant rights lawyers made a new challenge, arguing that DHS lacked the authority to terminate TPS. But U.S. District Judge Patty Series in Boston rejected the argument, saying it will not only call it questions DHS authority to end TPS, but also its long-standing authority to extend the protections. Judge Matthew Kennelly in Chicago made a similar conclusion in Myanmar cases hours later. Advocates has warned the ruling leave TPS recipients who had been given an administrative stay amid the ongoing legal battle that allowed them to continue to work and live in the U.S., exposed to possible deportation to countries still gripped by conflicts and instability. DHS had moved in November 2025 to end TPS for South Sudan, which had held the designation since 2011 amid ongoing conflict. the Myanmar in political turmoil since a 2021 military coup. James Percival, General Counsel of DHS, said the new ruling leave only TPS termination for Ethiopian and Somalian nationals, which are still blocked by courts. Bangladesh have said former star cricketer Shakib Al Hassan had no prospect of returning to play after he joined a media event with outside former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, a convicted fugitive. Shakib joined the event by telephone in New Delhi on Wednesday, where Hasina addressed journalists 2 years after she was forced from a power following a deadly crackdown student-led protest. Bangladesh Minister for Youth and Sport Aminul Haque said the government had previously taken a more open approach towards Shakib, who was a politician for Hasina's former ruling Awami League party. Shakib, who is currently in Sri Lanka, was among dozens facing murder investigation for a deadly police crackdown on protesters that topped Hasina's government. Shakib, that night, is Bangladesh's most successful cricketer and one of the country's best-known sporting figures. He has played more than 400 international matches and represented Bangladesh at 5 World Cups. Right groups have long accused Hasina's former administration of abuses, including the murder of rivals, suppression of opposition parties, rigged courts, and one-sided elections. Court in Dhaka found Hasina guilty in absentia in November 2025 of crimes against humanity and sentenced her to be hanged. She remains in hiding in India. All-rounder Shakib announced his retirement plans in September 2024 after his team's second test in India, but later said he will play a full series before calling it quits. The Bangladesh Cricket Board said in January he could play again, but his involvement in the event in India on Wednesday caused anger, with Shakib saying his house had been patrol-bombed as a result. On that day, Shakib said he was prepared to return to Bangladesh from his exile in Sri Lanka to face trial on charges, including murder. He also said he hoped to play for his country again at 2027 Cricket World Cup, having led to the team at least edition in 2023. Afghanistan Rashid takes 6 wickets in ODI thrashing of Ireland. Rashid Khan took 6 wickets off Afghanistan, hammered Ireland by 92 runs in the second one-day international. Victory saw Afghanistan take a 1-0 lead in the five-match series after the first ODI was washed out. Iran lost 7 wickets for 63 runs on Friday as they were bowled out for 207, chasing a target of 300 at Brady Cricket Club in northern Irish village of Maghrema Zone. Khan, one of the outstanding leg spinners of his generation, took out of the last 7 wickets to fall as finished with impressive figures of 6-4 in ODI cricket. His best bowling in the format remains 7-18 against West Indies in 2017. Rashid struck two early blows, firstly having Andy Balben caught behind to end a promising stand of 72 with Chemical. Ireland is a match reduced by rain to 47 overs per side, needed 156 runs from 107 balls, with 7 wickets in hand when their collapse truly started with the freak disposal of Lokan Taka. Mohamed Salim appealed for Ibuay against Taka was turned down, but with Taka attempting a run, Sadiq Atal was at point ran the batsman out with a direct hit. That's all for today. Thank you for you to be with us.